Okay, I think it's recording.
Okay. If it doesn't work, I have mine on too.
Okay. All right, you ready?
I am.
Okay. Hi, I'm Pamela Hauser. You can call me Pam. I go by she, her. I'm a social worker here at the center, and I specialize in helping people get local services that they need and supplies that they need. Do you go by Marcos?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Miss Pam.
Okay, great, great. I understand that you've been couch surfing for a while with your daughter for about 6 months now, and her name is Bianca. Is that right?
Yes, yes. Bianca's one, and she is the light of my life, Miss
Oh,
Pam.
all right, great. During our meeting today, we're going to focus on what you need immediately, and we're going to work together to find a solution for what you need and what Bianca needs. Does that sound good to you?
Yes, Miss Pam. I don't know how we're gonna do this, but we need a lot of help from you, Miss Pam. So,
Yeah,
so
well,
yeah.
we're going to work together on it, okay?
Okay.
All right, are you feeling okay today?
Oh, I'm nervous and I don't know how you're gonna help me, but I'm here, so
Well, it's me and the whole clinic. So if I don't have an answer for you right now, I can go to other people in our clinic and we're going to figure it out. And
kind of like a phone a friend then, Miss Pam.
that's right. We're
Okay.
going to help get you hooked up with the services that you need.
Okay.
Okay. So just know that I'm here to work with you like a partner to help you and Bianca. And as we're going through our meeting today, if you have any questions at all, I want you to stop me and ask me, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any questions so far?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Before we begin with that part of it, I need to go through some policies and principles that I'm required by the center and the law to follow, and it's your right to know about them. So as we go through them and you have any questions, please feel free to stop me. And if I can't answer your question directly, I will get it for you. Okay.
Okay.
In general, whatever we talk about is confidential. It just remains between you and me and all the people in the center. So like if I have to go ask a question, I may need to fill them in on some of the information that we talked about, but we are required by law to keep that confidential.
Okay,
Okay.
so they're not going to be telling everybody my business though, right?
No, no, we are required by
Okay.
law to keep anything that we talk about within the center.
Okay.
Um, that being said, if you need any information sent, like to a doctor's office or, another agency that's helping you, then I will provide to you a release form. It's a release of information. And that form tells me exactly what I can send and to who I can send it to.
Okay.
That's part of the confidentiality. Also, as we're talking, if there are any indications of possible child abuse or neglect, I'm required by law to report that information to child protection authorities. And if it seems like there's a possibility that someone's in danger to themselves or to others, I'm also required to disclose any information that will help provide protection to anybody that's involved. Okay.
Okay.
The community center is not going to be charging you for our time together. We are here to support you by helping you set goals and connecting you to any services that you need. And this is going to take several meetings because there's going to be, several steps, but I'm here to help you through each of those steps. Okay.
Okay, Miss Pam. Now, what about Bianca?
What do
Well,
you mean?
I mean, normally I have Bianca. I just got childcare just this one time. Like, what happens when I have her? You said we're going to be meeting several times, and
Yeah,
is
not a
she?
problem.
Oh,
Yeah, so if you need to bring her with you during the meeting, if you feel like it's not going to distract from us talking too much, you are very welcome to bring her in. But we also have a drop-in childcare center here on the premises, and it's an as you know, it's um, the availability isn't. What I'm trying to say is, if they already have too many kids, they may not be able to keep her and watch her during our session. So you would just bring her in with us. But typically they have availability and she can just, she can play with the other kids while you and I talk about the things that we need to get worked out for you. Does that
Okay.
sound okay?
Okay. Yeah.
And before you leave, I'll show you the room so that you can meet the people that are in the room watching over the kids and you can see what they're playing with and whether or not you're comfortable with the situation.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Pam.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I'm ready.
Okay. So if for any reason for future meetings, if you need to cancel, just call the center and let us know. If you can give us a 24-hour notice, that will help us get you rescheduled more quickly so that we can keep working towards getting you connected with the things that you need, okay?
Okay. Now when I was in foster care, my caseworker then she never showed up. Are you going to call me so I don't come all the way up here with Bianca if you're not going to show up?
I'll be here. But yes, if something happens, if for any reason I'm ill or, I don't know, if for any reason I am not here that day, the center will call you and let you know and get you rescheduled.
Okay. 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 Thank you.
So, you have a cell phone that we can call you on, or will we be calling the house that you're staying at?
I have a cell phone.
Okay,
Uh, yeah, it normally works, and I'll give you my text now number too. So if for some reason my cell phone's not working, I can check that number on Wi-Fi.
perfect. All right,
Okay.
that works out great. And do you have any other questions right now?
N No, ma'am.
Okay, are you ready to get started?
I think so.
Okay, so far I understand that you've been in the foster system and you aged out at age 18. You are now 19 and you have a 1-year-old daughter, Bianca.
Yes.
And you need essentials such as stable housing, food, clothing, childcare, and a job.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else that you need immediately?
No, no, those are the big things. I mean, that's just about everything, I think. There's not much else left after all that. So we need help and I don't know how to do it on my own.
Right, right. So I will work with you and we're going to figure out how to get you the help that you need to get you where you want to be going forward. Okay.
Okay.
All right. How is Bianca? Is she eating okay? Sleeping okay?
Yeah, Bianca's great. I mean, she's one, she's fun, she loves her daddy. I just, everything's okay right now, but I grew up not knowing always where I was going to sleep and I just want better for Bianca. I want her to go to bed in her own bed and wake up in her own home and so we can just do our own thing and not have to worry about anybody else. So that's just that's where we're at. But she's good. She's a great 1 year old. The doctor says she's growing strong and she's got a couple teeth popped through and sometimes that makes her a bear, but yep.
Yes, yes. So I understand wanting to provide stability for her and for you so that you feel like you're doing the best job you can do as her daddy. And so I'm glad to hear that she is able to get some health care. Is she on Medicaid?
She is. Yes, ma'am. And they're
Very good.
great. They cover all of her doctor's appointments uh and I think the doctor said something about they'll even help with rides to appointments. I just have to schedule them ahead of time. So, yep, she's covered.
Very good. Okay. Is her mom in the picture? Does she have a relationship with her mom?
N No, ma'am.
Okay.
No. I mean, I don't want to speak bad about her, but she hasn't been a part of our lives. I'm grateful for her for giving me Bianca and she made such a beautiful baby girl. But outside of that, we don't really have any contact with her.
Okay. And who do you have in your friend group or community church group that you can go to for support if you really need support?
Well, I don't really have a church group. I grew up in foster care. We were always bouncing around and there
Yeah.
were a lot of us. They never took us anywhere, but I have this one homeboy that I've been friends with for as long as I can remember. And I was friends with him before I aged out of the program, and so he's been around th this whole time, and him and his old lady let me stay on their couch. So that's where we're at right now. Um, but we're 19. I think his old lady's only 18. I don't think that they knew what they were signing up for having a 1 year old, and I don't really want that life for Bianca either.
That's understandable. It's really nice to have a supportive friend. Well, friends, him and his wife. That's really
Well,
nice to
she's not
have.
his wife. I don't know if he's going to go that far, but
Oh,
they've been together for quite a while.
I
So
see. Okay.
we just call her the old lady.
That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, and I understand, you don't want to keep depending on your friends and I'm sure that it is a hardship for them. And so we're gonna focus on what steps we need to take immediately to get you into housing. It sounds like maybe that's your first priority is to find a place to stay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And somewhere near a park or a playground, or
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really need something for Bianca and I to call home.
Yeah, absolutely. So in a perfect world, what would this place look like for you?
Well, I mean it would have to have a kitchen and our own refrigerator, and I don't really drink coffee, but a coffee pot would be cool to, a spot for that. And we need one bathroom, and 'cause I can share with Bianca, but we definitely need two rooms. I mean, even at this point, she could have a bedroom and I could sleep on the couch in our own home as long as it was ours. So, a front door that locks, running water, and beds to sleep in. That's my dream.
All right. Well, we're gonna help find that so that you and Bianca can have a safe place and a stable place for her to live and for you to feel like you're giving her, what she needs and what you need. Okay. All
Thank you,
right.
Miss
So
Pam.
so we've talked about several things. We've talked about being able to provide a stable place and being near a park where you can take her to play and so how what is the situation like for you for being able to provide meals, like the milk that she needs and the food that she's probably starting to eat now?
Yeah, she is eating. She gets we do WIC.
Oh, great.
That's for little babies to help them have their. It used to be formula, but we've transitioned to milk now,
Very
and
good.
I can get some fruits and vegetables and stuff. It goes pretty fast. We don't get a whole lot, but we get a jar of peanut butter and several fruits and vegetables, and she really seems to like those. So, but outside of that, there's a neighborhood center that sometimes has some surplus groceries that they kind of give out. But that's all we've got right now.
Yeah. All right. So it sounds like we need to focus on not only some stable housing, but additional food to provide food. And
Yes,
um,
ma'am.
and she's on Medicaid, so we've got the healthcare box kind of ticked. Do you have transportation?
Well, I have a bicycle. And I have
Okay.
one of those. My homie found one of those little baby carrier things, so I can buckle Bianca in, and we can get around town a little bit that way.
I bet she
Um,
likes that.
she does. She doesn't. Well, neither of us really like it when it's raining, but
No.
it gets us from A to B.
All right. So we need to look into some bus routes and schedules and passes so that you don't have to rely on your bicycle in weather that's not so great to be traveling around in, especially as it gets colder,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Okay. All right. So I know that this feels overwhelming right now, and the most important job that you have at the moment is caring for Bianca. And so we need to focus on some housing, food, transportation, and the next that we need to talk about is a job. Have you been working anywhere or in the past, or what's that situation for you?
Well, I did a little fast food in high school, and then I just couldn't. Once Bianca came, I there wasn't much else I could do, but I've done a little fast food. And when I was young, my foster family always had me cleaning up their house and their families' houses and their friends' houses. So I've done a lot of like lawn mowing and weed eating and that kind of thing. But but right now I don't really do much because I have Bianca all the
Yeah,
time. So and you can't really take a 1-year-old to work with you. That bosses don't like that much.
right. Well, we're gonna talk about some childcare too, so that you can have a safe place for her to stay while you work. And we're gonna talk about, where that you might start looking for work, to help provide the money that you're going to need, for all these things for you and Bianca. Were you able to finish high school? Do you have your GED or did you graduate from high school?
No, 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 ma'am. I don't. I I had to take care of Bianca,
Sure.
and my foster family, they wouldn't let me stay there any longer, and then I couldn't figure out what to do with Bianca during the day, and I just kept missing school, and then they suspended me, and so no, ma'am, I didn't finish.
Okay,
Is
that's
that going to
okay.
be a problem?
Well, no, you don't have to have a GED to work at, places like fast food places, but it would be good to add that to your goal, to get your GED so that going forward, you'll be able to get a little bit better paying jobs and maybe a job you might enjoy. And
Okay.
I'm going to
Oh,
help you through that process too, okay?
okay. Am I going to have to take a lot of tests?
No, well, there's going to be some tests, but we're going to help you get through that. I know tests are really
Okay.
nerve-wracking,
Okay.
but
I wasn't real good at school when I could go, so okay. All right, Miss Pam. I'm going to trust that you know more than me in this. So,
well, and you've got a little bit different motivation now with
you're right.
Bianca, you really want to help provide for her, and I think that's going to give you the motivation that you need to push through that fear of tests, which are hard. I-
I
It,
mean, I did have a fear of talking to strangers, but here I am today, so I guess that motivation does something for me.
it really does. It really does. So, what I have for you is a list of places that you can start reaching out to, and one is for housing, and it is income based. And there's a website that you can go to and fill out your application and start that process. And we can help you with that here, or you can do it from, the comfort of your home on your phone, because it's an easy application to do on your cell phone. If you want to use a, a bigger computer to fill it out, you can go to like a public library because they have computers set up. We have a couple here that are available. If no one's on them, you're free to use them anytime,
Okay.
during our working hours here at the clinic. And I have some time right after our session that I can help you get started on some of those. But I think the first thing, if you're in agreement, is we need to start that application for a place to stay.
Okay.
Okay. And then it seems to me like the next step would be, if you're in agreement, to fill out information for food assistance.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we gotta eat.
Yes, yes, because WIC is great. but you're going to need to eat too, so that
You're right. I
you
mean,
can help.
I as long as Bianca's fed, I can figure it out. But you're right. It would be good if we could both eat.
Yes. Yeah. So our very first step is going to be filling out the application for housing. And like I said, I can work on that with you today. And the next step is going to be for food. And I'm going to want to meet with you again next week. And we might need to meet again, the next couple of weeks. And like we talked about earlier, we have um, childcare on site, and it's first come, first serve. It's not typically full, so it should be available for her to stay in while you and I continue talking and figuring out our next steps together. Does that sound good to you?
Okay.
Do you have any questions for me so far?
Just how long do you think all this is gonna take?
Well, on the housing, there's usually a wait list. So it's hard for
Okay.
me to say exactly how long it's going to take, but it would be a really good idea to have a conversation with the people you're staying with. Let them know you've started this process,
Okay.
and so that they know that you're not just, you know, not trying. And I think
Okay.
that they'll be more likely to I mean, I don't know them, but I would think they would be more likely to hang on and give you a little bit more time. But if for any reason it gets to the point where you can't stay there anymore, I've also put on your list a list of emergency shelters for you and Bianca to stay if you have to. But let's talk with the people you're staying with and let them know you've started this process. It might take just a little bit of time, but we're trying to get you in as fast as possible
Okay.
because you are technically unhoused. That moves you to the top of the priority list for housing. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you,
Yeah.
Miss Pam.
Yeah. And there are some food pantries around town where you could pick up extra supplies right now while you're waiting for your food benefits, like the SNAP program. You've probably heard of SNAP.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. And so while that's in the works, there are some food pantries that you can go to for immediate assistance. I have for you bus routes. I have the website that you can log into for bus routes. We're going to check into some bus passes so that you and Bianca can, get to meetings that you need to get to, or, maybe you just want to take her over to a park that you can't walk or ride to, specifically right now.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to start, and next time what we're going to do is start looking at getting you into the program to get your GED and getting you a job and some childcare for Bianca so that you can start that process.
Okay, Miss Pam.
I know that this feels like a lot, and we're going to work at your pace, but it seems to me like it's kind of urgent for you to get everything going. Okay.
It is, Miss Pam. I don't know how this is all gonna work. And that's a long list of things that we're gonna be working on over the next couple of weeks, but I'll keep showing up.
Very good. Very good. So the first thing we're going to do is fill out the application for housing and for food assistance. And then when you go home later today, talk with the family that you're living with and let them know you've got all of this started.
Okay.
And just check in with them. And if you have any trouble, I want you to let us know, okay?
Okay. And when I come back next week, I'm gonna meet with you, right?
That's right. I'm going to keep working with you as long as you want to work with me. I'm going to keep working with you.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Miss Pam.
And there are other things we want to look at down the road. Like, for instance, once you get your GED, and I'm just putting a bug in your ear about this, once you get your GED, you might want to look at some other programs for extra training. And the local college has a program called Upward Bound, and they provide support for people who qualify to get additional education that will help you get, a better paying job in the future so that you and Bianca can keep moving towards goals that you're going to develop as time goes by. Not
Oh,
anything to worry about today.
okay, Miss Pam.
Okay, but
Okay,
I
sounds
just
like you're
want to,
trying to help me be someone Bianca can be proud of.
well, that's what you would like, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah. Do you have any questions for me right now?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Well, we're going to meet again next week, and next week we'll set up for the following week. And any additional questions that you have in the meantime, let me know, and we'll talk further next week. And right now, let's go work on getting your application filled out for housing.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Miss Pam.
Thank you very much. It's really good to work with you and meet you, and I look forward to um, getting you into your housing.
All right, I'll see you next week and maybe you'll get to meet Bianca.
Very good.